Thanks everyone for coming. What a great day. I just am so excited about the opening of this complex. This is what really Mankato and the greater Mankato area is all about. The partnerships that put this complex together are just too long to even talk about, but I think this is the important point that I'd like to have everyone take away is that organizations like MABA, working with the school district and the city and all of the sponsors, is really what makes Mankato so special for my part. I am so excited. This complex took about 5 years in terms of the planning and actual construction to the day we're here. It started with the MABA organization that has long been such a fantastic organization for the community with their partnerships, the mentoring they do, the volunteer hours that the coaches and the board of directors put in to give the youth such a positive experience and eventually build a strong athletic baseball program for the community is really the special part of this. MABA is an organization that my kids started in, and eventually they didn't choose to go baseball, but I remember the positive relationships that they got from the coach through their years, and that's really what Mankato and the takeaway that I have in terms of the experience of the community. And I just am so excited about the opportunity and all of the other sponsors and donations that have been put forward. Hopefully this year the city will finish one more element in conjunction with MABA, and that'll be the main concession building that will start this fall, and hopefully will again be another enhancement. I was mentioned to Tom Severance, who was the park superintendent and was very active in MABA over the years, that the next thing that we hope to do is eventually get a miniature grandstand for the championship field and have, I guess, the Franklin Rogers experience for these kids playing on a championship field. So that'll be something we'll put out there in the future, and hopefully we put that together. But I welcome all the parents and family members and certainly the young players, and hopefully this will be a great experience, and they will have the same, I guess, gratitude that I have in the takeaway with this into the future, and great memories. Thank you.
Welcome everyone. I'm Sherry Allen, Superintendent of Schools, and what a wonderful setting. Players, how lucky are we that we are going to be able to benefit from this partnership. When you look at our community fields, this is just one example of how together we achieve more, and we realize the importance of working together for savings with our resources, but also that the Mankato area schools, planning with our cities of Mankato, also of North Mankato, it always enhances and ensures that our community will have more livability for our families, and that's number one. Our planning efforts, as you can see, are realized today. And when we look around us in this beautiful setting, this facility, it continues as we partner in the future with North Mankato for our youth soccer fields. All these partnerships, as you can see, are key to providing state-of-the-art opportunities for our youth, facilities that lead in our region and in our state, and of course, looking at this project, it'll continue to support our children and our youth so that they will always remember that their community invested and cared about them. We start their memories today. And thank you and congratulations to every one of our partners in this 5-year journey and making this happen so that when our youth come here and play, and as adults we get to experience their triumphs and their learning opportunities. This impressive investment starts today for this generation and for our future generations. Thank you so much.
Good morning, everybody. What a beautiful day it is today, and I can't believe how many people are out here. It's just wonderful to see all these smiling faces. I'm Mark Knopf, the Director of Public Works here for the City of Mankato, and Public Works took their part in this was to take the dream of all the other partners in this and turn it into a reality. I want to talk a little bit about the project. First, I want to extend a thank you to INS Group, who did the design for the fields that are out here, Hodgman's, Midwest Fence, and to Green Care, who were the primary contractors in putting this venture together. Some of the attributes of this field that make it so unique and make it what we consider to be premier fields is the under-drain system in here is similar to what that we put into Franklin Rogers Field. The 4 of the fields have the capability of putting the bases at 2 different locations, so that can be used by different age groups. We've added lighting. We have future opportunities to add lighting in to the other fields. One of the things I think that helped this project move along is that the project manager initially for this was Tom Severance, who's retired as the park superintendent, but Tom has such a passion for baseball, and the work that he did to turn this into reality were really a big part of this. And you know, over the time, I'm fairly new to Mankato, but getting to know folks like Renee Mays and Al Kiefer and folks associated with MABA and their passion for the sport, their passion more for the children, and to make this a wonderful experience for them was, for me, kind of enlightening through the whole process. I did not see that in former communities that I worked for. I'd like to invite Renee to come up. I think I've talked enough about the project itself. Renee to come up and talk about the private partners in this, private individuals that help also to make this project a reality.
Well, I'm Renee Mays, Jr., and I am a board member of Mankato Area Youth Baseball. On behalf of Mankato Area Youth Baseball, we just want to say thanks to the City of Mankato, the school district, and all entities involved with putting this complex together. I just briefly want to talk about sponsors and sponsorship. Many of you have our MABA 2012 handbook right in the middle fold. It lists out our complete list of sponsors. Going up the fence line, we have t-shirts that identify sponsors that have been with us, some of them for 20, 30 years, donating towards our cause, baseball. This year, we're just over 1,200 youth participating in youth baseball. So hats off to all the volunteers, all the coaches that help us out, all the schools that we feed our players into, the colleges. What a great program that we have going here in Mankato. A couple of key sponsors that we want to identify, looking at these wonderful scoreboards out here. Pepsi stepped up along with Shields All Sport. And then right behind us on field number 3, Taylor Corporation with Glenn Taylor, Becky, and Jamie. Let's give them a big round of applause. Field number 4, which is what we're standing right here, is sponsored by the Supernaut family, INS Group, and Chuck Brandel is here representing INS Group. Where's Chuck? Right over here. Thank you, Chuck. And field number 6, 5 and 6 are 13-year-old fields. 1 through 4 are geared for 10, 11, and 12-year-old participation. Field number 6 is sponsored by Coughlin Companies, and representing Coughlin Companies today is Sean Lowry and his wife Michelle. Where are you, Sean? Right back here. Thank you. Just want to say again on behalf of John Clifford, our president, Al Kiefer, our general manager, thanks again to everyone in reference to the dedication and the work that's been put into these fields. As mentioned, this summer we'll break ground on the concession stand, which will be just a little bit south of where the tent is behind you. just a great building with bathrooms, with running water. This year we're hosting 3 tournaments here on this complex, and next year I believe we have every weekend booked. And so it's going to be just a great facility to have tournaments for the youth of Mankato. All right, at this time, I'm going to introduce Nancy Jo Gettle, and if you could please all rise, remove your headgear. She's going to lead us in our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in there, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
That was beautiful, Nancy Jo. Thank you very much. All right, we have 2 things left to do in our program today. We're going to do the first pitch. So if we could have Joey Ahern come out from the INS group. And Kenny Yu is coming out representing Taylor Corporation White Sox. And Michael McMahon is coming out, and he's representing the Coughlin Company Met. Oh, athletics. Go ahead, we're ready. All right, let's give them a big round of applause. And this is Michael McMahon. Ooh, basketball. Very good, guys. You can go back to your respective teams. Thank you. Now, I do want to make sure that you all know after the ceremony that we have donuts and coffee and hot dogs and pop and stuff courtesy of Meva. Teams, you're going right on the fields to scrimmage. They're going to be scrimmaging live on the fields. So if you want to stick around and see them in action, by all means. All right, everyone have their sunflower seeds ready for the first spit? You guys ready out there for the first spit? Let's hear it. Fans, are you ready for the first spit back here? Awesome! All right, 1, 2, 3, spit! Thanks again for coming out to the ceremony this morning.